Well, I don't know how that looked at your end, but I know it looked pretty crappy at my end.
Well, on my
Um,
replay here, it's looking okay.
okay, that's the main thing. G'day, everybody. How are you? Artie lost in Germany. Um, well, I was lost. Now I've been found again. So sorry, people. You're gonna have to um, you're gonna have to put up with me for a little bit longer. So gonna say a quick hello. It's been an interesting 48 hours or so for me. Valley, how are you, buddy? Hope you're doing good. Dan's moderating journey. Man, I haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing well. Tammy and Ray, of course, I've been behaving myself. Sort of. Hot dog pilot Andy, how are you, buddy?
That's
Hey,
what I
but
was.
you should be here near me. There's a lot of old antique planes flying around here. You'd love it here. Who else
Telling
is on?
somebody to behave, somebody telling you to behave is not clear enough instructions. We're always behaving. It's are we behaving well or are we behaving poorly?
Yeah,
Joyce
that's
always
that,
does that to me when I'm messing around. Joyce will say, behave. And I'll go, I am behaving badly, but I am behaving.
yeah, yeah. Well, I have been sort of behaving myself, but I had this female pay a big revenge on me. Oh, don't you start that, Tammy? Don't you start that? I'm lucky to get away from Croatian Rijeka with my beard attached. My auntie was going to have me tied down and she was going to remove my beard and moustache completely. I hightailed it out of there as quickly as I possibly could. Can you imagine seeing my face clean shaven? It's just wouldn't be normal. Um, so here I am. I'm in Germany for a few days again. Um, I actually been in Croatia. I've been down to Rijeka. I've been while I was down there. I was sort of like not. I couldn't use internet. Let's put it this way: my auntie in Rijeka is the age of 89 and is pushing on to 90. She still believes in the old-fashioned way. Andy, I would not put it past her. I would not put it past her because she still has pillows at her place that is stuffed with horse hairs. So I wouldn't be surprised if she needed a topping up. But yeah, it was very nice to see her. She was totally and utterly surprised when I knocked on her door. One, she didn't recognize me, obviously, because of my beard. She's never seen me with a beard. And the way things, like it dictates. Yeah. The way she talks and the things that she told me was really, really interesting. A lot of stuff I can't really talk about in here. A lot of it's personal family stuff, but also some of the things that she told me about from back from probably scared her. I did, Tammy. She was frightened. She was wondering who this bandit is coming knocking on her door. It was so real, but when I turned around and told her, no, it's legitimately me, she was like, geez, you look ugly. I suppose everybody here agrees with her. Then I met up with her neighbours and some of the other people that live still there that I've known from when I was a kid. So it was a good little reunion. I was there for 2 days, stinking hot. I really took the view in from her balcony because her balcony looks down the Adriatic Sea. And from her balcony, you can just make out Italy. Hello, good looking Joyce. How are you?
Hi, Arnie.
Uh, can't sneak by here. Look, she's loading up your train, loading something on your trainway up there, Anthony.
Nope, just the bar.
Just a bar, loading up the bar. Cool. Drinks on, Joyce and Anthony.
Sure, why not?
Apart from being hot, I mean, the view from there was spectacular. Spectacular. One of the things I did see is there is a new wharf down there, a new container wharf. It's a good and bad thing. The bad side of the thing is the roundhouse that I intended to go and have a look at to see those two articulated electric engines. I could not get to them because the access road into it is now part of the container terminal, so I could not get that.
Neil hasn't come yet. Okay.
And
Yep.
it was actually interesting to watch the guys in training to use the container wharf. There's no ships been in there yet. It is going to be eventually part of the new container wharf is going to be part of the new EU rail system for export. It's going to be another terminal for road, rail, and ship, particularly for shipping by rail from Rijeka to Croatia and right up into Hungary or Hungary, which I found out. There is a direct rail service which takes you a bit of on a tiki tour from Rijeka all the way into Budapest. I found out today that it is something like a 15 hour train ride. No, bugger that. It takes too long.
That's a long trip.
Pardon?
That's a long trip.
It's a long trip when you can do the same trip by car within 7 hours, 7.5 hours. But the rail infrastructure, particularly on the Croatian side, they're still upgrading and needs a lot of upgrading to do to cater for the faster trains. Now, the train that does come down to Rijeka is made out of, I think, 3 or 4 sets, starting from Hungary, goes to Czechoslovakia, goes in through Austria, Slovenia, and then eventually comes down into Rijeka. Now, these trains did used to originally go down the Split, but they through Blutner, where I actually showed, I think, the last stream. I actually took these trains used to go down through there, which they don't any longer.
Hi everybody.
Hi everybody. Hi, bye. Now it's a shame Zantac isn't here because it would have been really great for him because I too had started playing on Truck Simulator, Euro Truck Simulator, and the wharf is actually pretty accurate. And the house you can actually see not far from here, from the wharf terminal anyway. But the houses, the buildings, there was one in particular that really caught my eye. I didn't have all the photos on my phone, only some of it. And it gives you a false impression when you look at it from, say, the street level down the bottom of the hill. It looks like a complete building, but behind the building, it looks like it's been a cutaway. You can say it's got like a false front on it. But the views from up there were spectacular. I'm going to try to share the photos. But I did enjoy the trip. From there, I end up going through okay, I'll start from here. Let me just share it. I'll start from this part of my journey now. As soon as I work out how to. Is it this one? Yeah, here we go.
Hi, bye, Eric.
Hi, bye, Eric. Yeah, you too, buddy. You look after yourself, buddy. Look, you're gonna have to start. You're gonna have to really look after yourself, buddy. You're having too many falls. Okay, so you take care, buddy. Okay, so this is looking out of my auntie's place. This is sort of like looking down towards directionally. It is looking southwest, and just on the ridge of the hillside there on the other side is Slovenia. No dirt diving. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No dirt diving. Eric, those rashes, gravel rashes, they hurt. So that's a new container terminal. G'day, Ray. How are you, buddy? Hopefully you're well. And you can just see on top of the rooftops. In the distance, let me try to zoom in. Okay, you can't quite see it here. But there is a freeway system. Italy, you got Slovenia behind, and also the north part of Italy. You can clearly see the containers down here, and the roundhouse. You can't see in the picture, but it's down to the far right of the picture. Now, there are a lot of buildings here that pre-exist from World War One and into the 1900s. Some of the older brick buildings. Of course, you've got some modern ones thrown in. Now, I did have photos, which is on my big zoom camera, with dolphins actually playing around out in the sea, and you can actually see them. Now, here's this building I was talking about. When you look at it from here, I will make up another screenshot with it. The other camera I don't have. I didn't bring my memory card reader. But when you look at the building like this, you think that it is textured like that right around. It isn't. Behind it is just there's no windows behind it. It's just a flat sheet of concrete or whatever that material that it was actually made out of. It is going to be an interesting building to model. I was getting strange looks at taking these photos. I'll tell you what, there was a lot of stairs to climb up and down when I was here. It is sort of like the streets that you see in the movies in Italy and Rome towards the mountainside, the hillsides. That's what it was like in here. That's a better view to the front. My auntie's house is towards the left of that bush. But it was really, really nice building. So I think it would be a nice one, a nice building to create on a layer, but it'll be a good example for people that want to, and we've seen on people that have layouts with, what do you call it? Gives you an illusion that it's just a backdrop. What's the word I'm looking for? Can't think of the name that I'm looking for. There is a word for it. A false front, basically. So if you down on the street level, down on the bottom hill in a certain location, you'll think that's complete. It's got windows behind it too, but it hasn't. Now, yes, I've got to mention this is down on the bottom of the hill. G'day, Todd. How are you, buddy? fault, Sadie. Yeah, something like that. Now, one interesting thing that I found out. Now, this is the second Hungarian locomotive that I have seen in, which was, and I'll probably get um, battered for it, in former Yugoslavia. Um, Thanks. Um, oh, you meant building flats. Okay. Now, this steam engine is one of two. This one was taken out of the Croatian Railway Museum, and there's been a lot of. I found out there's been a lot of Hungarian tank engines that's been floating around since World War One, and they were actually particularly used for intermediate to local passenger services. There's this one here at Rijeka. There is another photo of one in Kikinda that was used for a passenger service over there. Yes. Why is it pilot powered? What do you mean pilot powered? I don't know. So yeah, the by the looks of things, as what I've discovered, there was a lot of Hungarian riding stock, and now I couldn't resist this picture. Why is the pilot brat? But an actual word that is actually meant is not brat, it's brat, meaning brother. For you, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
For me, for sure. What a brat! It's not brat, it's brat. We say the a, they say the a differently. It's ah. So yeah, I thought I would throw that in just to throw you guys off guard. Okay, this is right. Okay. Now, during my journey, after I left, have a brother and a smile. Yep, have a brother and a smile. Exactly right. So, I tell you what. So, I've got to say there is so much misinformation. One on before I go a bit further on this, there is a lot of misinformation on the internet about borders and crossing over and getting a third degree and everything else. Now, when I bratwurst, oh yeah, now you're talking. They the fear that I got before I left Australia is like I'm going to have a lot of problems crossing the border once I've been in Serbia and going into Bosnia and into Croatia and Slovenia. And the thing is, it was so far from the truth. I was able to go into Bosnia. I was able to go into Serbia. I was able to go into Croatia. No issues whatsoever. When I got up to the to the Slovenian border, I just showed my passport, Australian passport, keep going. See you later. I got to the Italian border. Okay, it was a little bit intimidating. You had machine guns. You had border patrol. And 2 police officers. And they just looked at me. I'll put my passport out. Where you going? I'm going to Switzerland and into Germany on a holiday. Yep, see you later.
Yep.
Now, the guys that were doing demolition at my grandfather's house, oh, yeah, you'll get the third degree at the Swiss border. I got to the Swiss border, and of course, in Switzerland, to drive a car, you got to pay it's like a toll or like a tax. I gone in there and they didn't even look at my passport. They just took my money and said, "Yep, see you later. Have a good holiday." I had no issues whatsoever. Now this is just probably about where this shot is taken is about an hour in to Switzerland after I got through the border. Todd, no, I was getting honked at and tooted at and had the royal salute because I was taking my time enjoying the view, and that was on the highway. But I was within the speed limit, and I stopped at every opportunity I had. Like this is a parking spot. I had to take my first shot of the what do you call it? Of the Alps.
The Swiss Alps.
Yeah, there is still a lot of resemblance of that. I did see that valley. I did see that in a lot of spots during my trip. But I mean, this view. I mean, you had to stop. I wished it was just so awkward, Ray, to get a backdrop scene. You can get it commercially, which is a better deal to it. To get a better shot of this, I would have had to basically stand on the halfway of the bank on the other side. I mean, look at that mountaintop. It's just spectacular. And it's the first opportunity or the first rest area I actually had to be able to stop. No, Steve McQueen, Andy, that's over the US. What is it, Route 66?
No, he's talking the movie The Great Escape, where Steve McQueen is trying to ride the bike to Switzerland.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Hold on to that thought. That's on the other side. But yeah, I got the point. But I was close to that area. I think I might. I don't think I have the photos in this set, but I know now. I know what you're talking about. So let's see what else I got.
Hi, Ray.
Hello, Ray. How are you, buddy? Okay, hello, Ray. How are you, buddy? Hopefully you're well. Sadly, along this line, this is now the Gotthard line. The original line that actually used to take the trains up over the pass. Now, of course, you've got the tunnel, the Euro-Rail tunnel, the Gotthard rail tunnel where a lot of freight trains go. Sadly, there wasn't that many trains because they were doing track work. But I thought this was a cool little add to the collection of railway stock. And it's Swiss railways, yes. This is one of the ballast cars. So I just took it as an example. And that's obviously one of their flat cars with a 20-foot and a 10-foot container. And I can't believe it. They've actually got a portaloo, something that we need in Australia. Not just on rail sites, but on the road joys, we don't have that. So we need that. But I mean, it's a good little thing to, for those who like doing scratch building or add something to the scenery. I mean, this will be something perfect to look at. It will make. Now, this is towards the other side of the Gotthard Tunnel. Now, they are still digging part of the freeway network. They've done one side and now they're digging the other side. Now, what you see in there is actually screen gravel from the tunnel. This is all the excess stuff. And what they are doing with this is they actually recycling it, they're using in the concrete plants, and they actually reusing this to make the actual the concrete surrounds that they put inside the tunnel. And it was actually quite amazing how much vibration that tunnel boring machine makes. I was standing at one location, and you can actually feel it on the ground. Now, this is looking down the southern side of the Gotthard Pass. I finally made it. Let's put it this way. I was overjoyed that my wishes come true, that I was absolutely... now you asked me a question. Hang on. Let's go back and have a look. I don't know. No, they're not. Yes, they are. Yeah, they are side dumpers.
I was gonna say it looks like
They can be dumped. Yeah, they are side dumpers. The modernized side dumpers. I'll zoom in a little bit here. I'm actually overjoyed that one of my childhood wishes was to come over here to the Gotthard Pass. I actually drove along the old road, and I'll show you what the old road looks like. Where you see down here, that's the new road up. Now, down beside it, where is it? You can't quite see it, but down by the tree line there is the original road. And it winds itself around. There you go. In the background there, it actually winds itself up the pass. And I finally got to drive it. It was one of my, you can say, my childhood dreams, or even just as a growing up as a driver, I wanted to go up and try the pass. And I've always known about the rail line, and that's where the rail line goes under the actual mountain itself. That is part of the original line. There is another line underneath it, which is the new express high-speed line. Sadly, along this line, there wasn't too many trains running. Now, the road network that you see to the right there, a lot of that is actually now part of the freeway system that takes you under the mountain, or the original one. And that's the freeway. We see the truck there. That's part of the new tunnel system, where they are actually boring the second one next to it. What they are doing here is, this is on the southern side. All the spoilers will come up through the conveyor into that shed. It gets screened out. They use some of it and they dump a lot of it, but there's a sport cars there that gets filled up. Now, on the other side of this building here, you've got a cement plant and the batching plant for both gravel, for your hot mix and concrete. Everything gets reused and put into that. And then you also get cement brought in. And then in this tower over here, you get more finer dust particles that gets railed in and out. You go further down the road and hang on, I'm just trying to zoom in. That's on the other side of the mountainside. You've got another stockpile there where they had the excess material stored. So they're not wasting anything. They're reusing everything they possibly can during this construction. And yes, that is the town of Gotthard. Man, I spent. Yeah, it was a little bit rainy when I went up there, but I persevered. I just sat there and hung out and waited for the weather to clear, which eventually it did because I had a little accident eating one of their hot dogs, one of their bratwursts where it had sauce and mustard and went all over my shirt. So I had to change my shirt. I took it off and yodeled and created a mudslide where I got told to move on, but the rain stopped. But I finally made it up the pass. And this is where it comes in. Pardon?
Up Nellie's Pass.
Yeah, yeah. It was a slow trip up, but I did actually enjoy it. Oh, hang on a minute. Now, guess which car I was driving, Anthony? The white one or the black one?
Oh, you were in the white one.
Oh, you bastard. You sure about that?
About 99.9% sure.
Oh, okay. What gave it away? The number plate? Yeah. That is actually right up the top of Goddard Pass, where the old road meets up with the new road going up the top. And it's very rocky up there too. Sadly, one thing that really annoyed me about being up the top here, they have a windmill. And there, everybody is Anthony's mode of transport when he's doing it. What's that, Anthony?
I said that was the car you were driving.
Yeah, okay.
Well, see, I would have been in that black car, and I could have easily claimed to it since it has my name on it. This is my car. Does it have your name on it? Yes, it does. For those who don't know, that was a Dodge Challenger in black, the only cool-looking car in that picture.
That's the right color car. The black one or the white one there, Valley? Mad Max Hardy. Yeah, well, there you go. I've got the 4 horsepower there. But yeah, that actually it's a what is it? A 3-hour trip on this horse and the Cop and Go coach from one side of the pass to the other.
Woo.
That's something to be worth taking. But it also includes lunch and dinner at the other end. Yep. I was trying to take the picture up close, but the backup spare tires or the spare horses decided he was going to park his van in front of me. Now, this is, you know,
there you go.
Now,
that's a great.
There you go. Now look at that. Can you imagine the poor bugger that's got to cut all that grass at wintertime after winter's gone? I mean, that's a hell of a lot of grass to cut. And you'll see the railway line that twines down around the side there. That is actually part of the line where the Glacier Express runs on. So I get you to show you where I actually was. And yes, I was there. Get the sheep out there. Yeah, Andy, yeah, but they're at home. They're getting their woolly socks blown off at the moment, apparently. We had a real bad storm up in Sydney. I would so like to, even if I can't get on the Polar Express, which is one of my train journeys, I would really love to go up here and just take a train ride in. They do have a local service up here, apparently. And I'm quite amazed how steep the track system is coming to it. Now, this is getting down closer to this. Obviously, this is a abbreviated of some of the shots that I've taken. Yes, you could roll it down that hill, no problem. And this bridge here, that was just amazing. And there's so many of them. When you start getting onto the northern side of the Gotthard Pass. And this is part of the standard gauge line where the original trains ran on before the big tunnel was put in. And there's a whole series of them. They've been there since World War One, and it's quite intriguing because there's information that's written on the side. And as it was written, the line was originally done as the line was dug out to accommodate double tracks or double track system. But then when they originally laid the tracks down, it was only a single line. There were so many iron bridges and whatnot that had to be replaced, and they put brick culverts in it. I would do a separate video down the line. But down in here, one thing I did take a notice of, there is a lot of hydro power stations up through Switzerland here. And they are actually run and operated by the Swiss railways. And that's what's been keeping those electric trains motivated. One Ryan's Express. Because it was most probably made up in this area, and this is one of the areas where I always want to go to. That's what inspired me about the European mountain railways. Yes, the Rackempinian Mountain Railway, it is bloody steep, Andy. I don't know if you've ever seen it. I do. I'll see if I can get the photos up. I'll show it later on. But you can see the difference in the climb between the road and the rail. It is bloody steep. Yeah. But it was. They actually have put a whole heap of heritage style of placards along the line, and I stopped wherever I possibly could. Now, this was at one of the stations. Another container that's been converted into a workshop. I decided I was going to take a photo because that would be a nice little container for people that want to model maintenance of way train, maintenance of work or way, or what do you want to call it. That will make a nice little addition to the fleet. And the snowplow, something that we don't have in Australia, and it's more compact. Now, it's one of two that actually seen along the track, along my journey. But there are others. There are other ones up in the old engine shed here that's still being used. And the big crane, I mean, look how big and bulky the cab is with a little crane on the back. I did manage to see, while I was up in the mountains on the other side of it, a locomotive that is actually where are we? You know, what's going on here? I've actually saw a locomotive that's actually a small switching engine that's actually designed to be both electric or diesel. They were along that line. One of the lines were closed as they are actually redoing the line. They're doing a lot of track maintenance up there. There was a reduced passenger service up there, and I did see a very cool passenger train. I actually did show Anthony the other day. It's a real sexy color scheme, but you guys are going to have to wait till it comes out in the video. That bloody train, it took me nearly 12 hours, 14 hours to get, because I was waiting and waiting. It didn't come. And when it did come is when I sat down to have a cup of coffee or something, and it just snuck by. But I did manage to get it eventually. Okay, let me see if I can dig up. Oh, come on, don't play up on me now. Let me see if I can dig up a photo of the steep incline. Actually, here's a pretty cool. If anybody wants to do a container, I actually found this container down at Rieka Station. Where am I? And I think this picture would pretty much sum up 90% of us. I love trains. I couldn't resist it. Lucky I spotted that as I was leaving. But that would be a nice little container to make up. And if you weather it, even better. Okay, let me see if I can find that picture. Yeah. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Where are we, Anthony?
Well, I'm in Toledo, Ohio. You're supposedly in Lindenberg, Germany.
Yeah. Oh, geez, I tell you what, that was an adventure. I'm just trying to find. I think this might be it. Come on, open up. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Now, let me just close this for a minute. Where is it? This one.
It's that one.
Yeah, it's this one, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this one. Yeah, it would be, Valley. It would be. Okay. Here we go again.
Here we go. Here it goes again.
You're still going around in circles here.
Well, hi, Andy
Okay.
and Mark.
Who have we got? Yeah, Mark. How are you, buddy? Nice to see you in here. So this here, you got a snow shed, obviously. But let me just zoom in here. Now, what you see on the left, here on the left, that is actually the road going down. And it actually winds around to the right. Now, this other snow shed in here, which is, you can see it's pretty steep, particularly when you look at it behind the trees there. That's where the actual rack and pinion narrow gauge rail train system is. It's actually behind that, inside that cavity there. And look at the rock formation. I was really mesmerized by the rock formation. I will put that into a video eventually in the next few days, because I've got a lot of video to do, but I've got to get a decent internet to be able to do it. If I don't do it in the next couple of days, I'll do it when I get back to Serbia. On my trip from here now, I am actually going back to my mum and dad's hometown. Obviously, I've got a lot of my stuff all packed over there still, which I need to put together. I want to edit out a lot of videos of my trip and post them up online. Now, my interesting part of my trip G'day, Willow Creek. Hopefully you are doing well, buddy. I have not seen you in ages. Hopefully you're doing well. The interesting part of my trip, now when I got to the top of Goddard Mountain, because I already put in the system in my stupid smartphone navigator, I put in Lindenberg, the region of Lindenberg that I am in now. With a stop at Gotthard Pass, which was where we just saw the picture of the two cars, with my car and Anthony's car that he left behind. Now, the thing was, I wasn't following directions by this bloody phone. When I left Gotthard Pass, I distinctly... There's shit from hell. Yes. Now, because I wasn't following instruction, this bloody thing, actually I did stop at the station, but this bloody thing decided I am going to send you on another track. It actually sent me 270 kilometers away from where I am now. In driving terms, it's nearly 4 hours. The other side of the country, almost. Mind you, I spent a good part of the day up and through those mountains. It wasn't until probably about 2:30, 3 o'clock that I decided, well, I got my trains. Yeah, it was 3:30 when I stopped at the station, where I got some really good, cool train videos. When I left there, I got along the highway, along the autobahn. Andre,
hello,
g'day.
Andre.
Hopefully you are well. So yeah, I'll tell you what, that autobahn in Germany, it's crazy stuff. Even when you're doing 130, 140 kilometers an hour, people are still passing you in 190 kilometers an hour. And the speed limit is 130. I'm like, really? Where's the copper? No. And they just come out from nowhere. Like, I'm doing 150 kilometers an hour, and they come straight up past you. But mind you, we're passing a whole heap of trucks. They come up behind me. They come up and he's like, get out the way. It's like, well, we're passing. You can't do nothing. You're passing something that's going, 80, 90 kilometers an hour. Funny thing was, I was following the directions on the autobahn or the freeway. God forbid, I don't know what the name of that town was. It was near the border, I know that much. I'm not going to Google it now. But going through the traffic jam, it took me about 2 hours to go through the traffic jam. And I tell you what, this city in Switzerland, for the traffic jam, it beats LA, hands down. 4 lanes, bumper to bumper. And then he went to 5 lanes, still bumper to bumper. 2 hours just to get to do about 2 miles. Then when I got on the clear run, I thought, oh, beauty. The main junction between Swiss Railways and the Deutsche Bahn railway system, beauty. Hang on, there's another traffic jam. Border. Swiss border and the German border. Yep, all right, fair enough. Machine guns there, and I thought, okay, dogs and police and everything else. I'm going, oh shit, here we go. Get me passport ready. They're going to pull me over because I got told, you got Serbian number plates and everything else. You're going to get pulled up. Yep, I got pulled in, all right. Show my passport. Oh, yeah, keep going. See ya. Now, back on the highway. it's getting close to about 7 o'clock, and I'm looking at the sign and saying Frankfurt, and I'm going, Frankfurt? Yes, seems to be a bit far away, but okay. I'll follow the GPS. It's going to take me to where I want to go. Thinking it's going to take me. What it did take me to a town called Lindenberg. I mean, it was getting close to 8:30. I mean, it's just about everything's shut. And like Anthony can vouch for that. A lot of places in Germany, particularly in country towns, they'll start closing off about 5, 6 o'clock, and that's it. Now, when this thing guided me along the road, one, I seen train lines. Now, my distant cousin here said they don't have a rail system near there. And I go, well, that's odd. There's a rail system here. Maybe she's forgotten about it. But anyway, going up the hill, now there's 2 parts of Lindenberg where it originally took me to. Either go right or go to the left. I saw the sign saying left because there was hotels. I could not find a hotel room. And you want to see the ones around here. And I'm trying to find this blue hotel. I went up and down every single street. There's only like about 4 or 5 streets in here. I'm like, there's something wrong here. It's getting dark. I'm tired. I've been up since like 6 o'clock in the morning because there was a particular train I was trying to get on video, which I did achieve eventually. Where do I go? Oh, there's a spa and resort. Papa John, how are you? So I go to another town nearby. No, that was all full. No hotels there. So I've gone to the main town centre. One hotel all booked out. Shit, what am I going to do? Luckily, where I originally went to, it's like a big national park sort of thing. There is something historical about that Lindenberg, and it's full of walking trails. They had a parking area there for people that went to go bushwalking and whatnot. I camped there in the car for the night. I had no choice. I couldn't find anywhere to stay. Following morning, I wake up and I said to my distant cousin here, look, I'm here. Mind you, I had to find internet, which is at a shop. She goes, I don't know. We don't have one of them. Show me the photo. I showed the photo and then I punched in the motel that I wanted to stay at. The hotel was saying it was 270 kilometres the other direction. Then I said to her, but this hotel is like 270 kilometres east. She goes, yeah, because you're at the wrong Lindenberg. She then gives me the postcode to where she is, or the zip code. And I'm like, oh. Google decided to pay revenge because I didn't follow instructions, and that's what I'm putting it down to. It sent me to the wrong side of Germany. Bloody thing. I'm getting uni down. I'm going to get a proper bloody GPS. But, hey, at least I covered a good chunk of the southern part of Germany in a day and a half instead of 10 years. But I did try to race the ICE. Man, that thing goes fast. But there is a lot of roadworks. The road that I went on actually takes you from Stuttgart to Munich. I eventually got onto that road, and that's the main drag, that highway that takes me to here. And from here, I'm probably about an hour and a half out of Munich by road, which I have to drive through on my way to back to Serbia, which I should be there. If all goes well, I should be there by Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. Or Wednesday, sorry, Wednesday lunchtime. I'm going to take my time getting across, enjoy some of it. Oh, wow, John, congratulations. You're doing better than me. I haven't shifted from 460. It hasn't gone up whatsoever. I did go one and I lost that one. Yeah, my sub count's not going up at all. It has come up a little bit since I've been here by about 8, but that's it. But it doesn't matter. The ones that I do have here, I do cherish you guys a fair bit. Thank you for your support. Hopefully my content's not that boring. But there should be things to see in the future. A few little surprises. I do have some new toys that it's going to be running on my layout. Miss Harass. Yeah, well, once I get home, you'll probably be able to have a bit more of the opportunity there, Papa John. This guy here he's actually pretty quiet tonight. Are you all right there, Sir Anthony?
I'm fine. You just got a show you're doing.
Okay, yeah, because usually you'd be picking on me by now. What's wrong with you, bud?
I'm letting you tell your stories. I'm sitting back listening.
Yeah, you don't want to make fun of it by now. So tomorrow.
No, I mean I could try to educate you about using Google in another country, which is there are many multiple town names. Just like in America, there's a lot of Toledos. There's like 5 Toledos. If you Google in Lindenberg, it's going to send you to the one you went to. You have to type in Lindenberg and then look at the drop down options, and you'll see Lindenberg im Allgäu, Lindenberg Ahrensfelde, which is the one that is the north part of Berlin. And then you got to know which one you're going to. Just like Frankfurt, to the average German, if you say Frankfurt, they'll assume you're talking about the main Frankfurt with the main airport, which is Frankfurt am Main. But there's Frankfurt an der Oder. There's Frankfurt an der Oder, and you have to distinguish between them. Just like there's, people love to go to Germany and they'll visit a city called Rothenburg and go, "Oh, I went to Rothenburg," and the Germans will say, "Well, did you go to Rothenburg or Rothenburg ob der Taube?" And they go, "I don't know which one." Well, the tourist one is Rothenburg ob der Taube, but way in the north, which is down in the south, and way in the north is Rothenburg without the phrase ob der Taube. So Lindenberg by itself is where you went to by accident, and you need to go to Lindenberg im Allgäu.
Well, yeah, but I just gone by what this originally when I put it in the map, it was for here. Somehow the system changed itself because, as you know, I've been having issues with the SIM cards here in Europe. And when it got off the system, out from Wi-Fi on the internet, it decided to do its own thing. And that's what it did. It decided, you're not following my instructions. You're going to go what I tell you.
With Google. We had bizarre issues with Google while we were in here. Our Google Maps, I don't use Google Maps except when I get into a town to navigate myself through some of the streets. But even that, I'll say, okay, I'm here and I want to walk over to this train shop that's, however far away it is, 20-minute walk. Okay, so I'll click just get me started, so and I'll start following the directions, and we'll walk 100 feet, 150 feet, and then Google will say, "Wait, you're not walking the right direction." Well, I'm walking the direction your damn Google map is telling me to go, but then it autocorrects and says, "Oh, you're moving this way," and it's just something with the accuracy, with the pinpointing, with the satellite and everything else. But that was getting a bit annoying. But the other thing is Google did is, I now have to sign into my damn YouTube account every half hour on my phone.
Yeah, I noticed
I
that
don't know.
too.
I had to create a Google Gmail account. I had to create a Gmail account because our email that we've had for 35 years or however long we've had it, they it no longer will function on Europe on non-American ISPs. It won't. If you are using, and I probably need to just break down and get a VPN and convince it I'm in America, but it would not work. So we couldn't get our emails, and there were important emails we had to get. So I had to go create a Gmail account, email account, and then go into all my major business ones and tell it send information here. And then while I was logging up this Gmail account, it popped up with something and said, to continue. And I was like, okay, yeah, I want to finish this up. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, from now on, you have to sign in here. You have to sign in here. And I can't get rid of it. And since
Yeah, and then he's turned around and said, "Oh, we'll send you the password to your phone or email." It's like, well, I can't access my phone. So what's the bloody use? Now I'll put my password in. It's legitimately me, and I can't access it.
Yeah.
And
it makes me sign in every half hour, whether I'm using it or not.
I'm in a foreign country. The last two people that sent me that I bought SIM cards from has ripped me off, and that was in bloody Germany. It's like, for crying out loud, just let me use something that I've been using for the last 20 odd bloody years. And Google just kept on going, you got to sign into this. I don't want to sign. I don't want to use you. I want to use another platform. But with the phones, it won't let you. It said you got to sign into Google. I don't want to sign into Google.
Right. And the stupidest thing is I'm creating a new Google Gmail account, email. And it says, okay, to verify this, we're going to send this to your old email account. No, I don't have that old email account available. Can you text me? Can you send an SMS to me? No, we have to send this to the email account that's on your. It's like, no, you can verify it on the phone. I've got two-step verification on my phone already set up with Google.
But that's not enough for them.
It was a fucking circle of retardation with Google, and so I need to go into my Verizon.
But so the people that come up with this system have never been in a situation where they have traveled overseas and they can't access no bloody thing because of all these protections that they put in place.
Right. Well, it's like
I'm going to get going in shortly there, Valley. So I'm going to get ready to sign up because I'm getting taken out tomorrow. It was nice knowing you guys all. Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting taken out. And then Monday morning, I am actually going to try to get a photo and video of the real locomotive that my good friend Anthony took over to Germany to repair, because I did spy one on my way here. And it's only probably about 10 kilometers away where the railway line is. It was actually running on diesel power, heading towards electric lines. So I would love to get that just for you, Anthony. I don't know, did you see one of those while you're here on your trip?
Yeah, the funny thing is, I talked about it on a previous live stream you did a couple of weeks ago, but you've done a couple of videos where it's like, oh, it's my layout, because every train going through is I've got that train with that logo. Yep, those cars with that. It's just nonstop, my collection rolling by.
It's going to be interesting when I get to Austria, because I'll be spending, as you guys know, a good month there.
that new Danish locomotive that I ran on my live stream yesterday and put a video up yesterday. Yeah, I saw dozens. I mean, literally dozens of those while I was in Denmark. They were all over the place, the little Vectrons.
Yeah, well, I am actually hoping that some of the trains, including the new ones that I've got, I think you have seen one of them. I don't know if you've seen the other new one that I've got. I've got two new ones now. One from Lippert and one that you saw me buy over at that store in Frankfurt. I hope to see them two in real life. That will really put the icing on the cake. But how many of those trains that I've bought in the last, 18 months, how many of them will I find? Yeah. I have got lots of pictures. I've been selective at the moment only because the internet's not the best until I get back to my cousin's place. But when I do get home, I've got a lot of content from Europe, which I will be putting up. There's going to be a lot of scenery too. So people that want these scenery ideas, there's going to be a lot of it. Anthony, thank you for joining my show. I'm going to go enjoy the live entertainment out on my balcony tonight.
Indeed, nothing like a small Bavarian town on a Friday night or Saturday night. You'll find at least one great cafe with Oompa bands and German folk music playing and people out drinking. And so go out and have a good time.
Friday night, last night here, because it was Friday night, we had a live band on one side and another folk band going on the other side. When they were having a break, these ones were going off. I'm like, how you sat in the balcony and had a couple of beers and then just enjoyed the surroundings?
Because a town like Lindenberg, it's going to be, you're not going to have many tourists. It's going to be the locals, so they're going to party a little differently.
Oh, there's a few here. There's one of your mates in here, from Detroit.
Okay.
Just met him at dinner time tonight. He works for Liebherr. The aviation side of it is actually.
You'll have some, but again, Lindenberg is close enough to Munich. You might get some people that are working in the area, but it's not going to have the tourists. Like if you go to Mittenwald, which is just tourist, or even bigger Garmisch, which is just such a tourist mecca.
There is actually an upside. There is a lot of Hungarians here, so I just English, Hungarian, Hungarian, yep, cool. But anyway, thank you guys. I'm going to cut it short because it is late here at night, and I am in a hotel. It's 11 o'clock at night. Next week, again, it's going to be 4 hours earlier than normal, only while I'm out here in Europe. Once I get to go back home, it'll be back to normal time. So for next week, remember, it is going to be, 4 o'clock in the afternoon there at the moment?
5 here.
Yours, 5. The show starts about 4 o'clock US time while I'm out here in Europe. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, ball boys, ball girls, and everybody else, till next week, stay safe. Stay safe, Anthony, and
bye, Bonds.
Bye-bye.